Let's be honest, detachment isn't some glamorous, easy thing. It can feel like a punishment, like staring at a phone you know won't ring, biting your tongue until it bleeds because you could explain, you could fix it, but you won't. It's romanticized, but when it's you holding on to your dignity while your heart is screaming, it's anything but poetic. It's discipline, it's control, it's sitting with the urge to chase and choosing not to. And if you're struggling, that doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you're not willing to betray yourself anymore. That's what I want to talk about today, like one friend to another. The truth about detachment, why it's so hard, the real stages, and most importantly, how to actually detach and reclaim your power. Because if you're tired of pretending you're fine, if your mind is still obsessing over something you know you need to release, this is your reality check, your reminder, your wake-up call. Think about it. You meet someone, you fall hard. Suddenly, your entire life revolves around them. You overthink every text, wait for their replies, create scenarios in your head, stalk their stories. You feel anxious if they don't text back fast enough. You tell yourself, I just really like them. But it's more than that. You're emotionally attached. You're addicted to the outcome. You're trying to control how this unfolds. Whether you admit it or not, you've handed over your peace, your power, your self-worth to someone who hasn't even earned it. And guess what? They feel it. People can feel when you're energetically clinging, when you're waiting, when you're hoping they'll choose you, and often they start pulling away. Not because they're mean, not because you're not enough, but because your energy says, I need you to validate me. I need you to show me that I'm worthy. And that energy is heavy, suffocating, repelling. This is the paradox of desire. The more you grip, the more it slips away. Because when you obsess over something, whether it's a person, a job, a goal, you're not radiating trust, you're radiating fear. That fear sends a message. I don't believe this is really mine. I don't trust that I'm good enough for it unless it shows up. But if you really believed it was yours, you wouldn't chase it. You'd allow it. You'd sit back in your power, focus on your glow, work on your life. If it comes, beautiful. If it doesn't, you're still that person. You're still whole. You don't prove your value by being available to someone who's inconsistent. You prove your value by walking away the second it starts costing you your peace. Let it go. Stop clinging. Stop holding your breath, hoping someone chooses you. You choose you. Set the intention, I want this. I know what I deserve. And then back off. Release the need for it to happen exactly the way you imagined. Life will give you something better, but only if you're not blocking it with your fear, your neediness, your obsession. It's uncomfortable at first. The mind wants certainty. When? How? Is he coming back? Will I get it? But that's the ego talking. The powerful version of you knows better. She doesn't chase. She doesn't beg. She doesn't attach herself to what's unsure. She doesn't cry over someone who can't make up their mind. She doesn't replay conversations looking for signs. She decides, she detaches, and because of that, she always wins. So if you're in that situation now, ask yourself, do you really want it, or do you just want the version of yourself you think you'll become when you get it? If it's the second, wake up. That version of you already exists. You don't need him, the job, the call, the attention. You need to reclaim your energy to become unavailable for anything that drains you. Because if you don't let go now, life will force you later. It will hurt more, and you'll wish you had chosen yourself sooner. Remember, what's meant for you will never require you to lose yourself. If the energy underneath your manifestations is screaming, I'm not enough if I don't get it, that's not manifestation. That's emotional dependency. You're lying to yourself, calling it faith, but operating from fear. Real manifestation is alignment. It's energetic readiness. It's when your beliefs, your frequency, your self-concept, your nervous system all say the same thing. It's already mine. I don't chase, I attract, I allow. Not I need, not I hope, not I'll fall apart if it doesn't happen. You cannot manifest abundance from lack, love from fear, peace from desperation. You attract what you are. If your entire being is vibrating at the frequency of, I don't have this, and I don't know if I ever will, that's exactly what the universe mirrors back to you. More not having, more waiting, more doubt. You've tied your entire sense of self to whether or not this one thing happens. When it doesn't go as planned, you don't just lose the thing, you lose yourself. That's a clear sign it was never true manifestation, it was attachment from the start. Manifestation is peaceful, powerful, non-reactive. You say, I desire this deeply, but I will not be controlled by it. You do the inner work, feel the vision, act in alignment, raise your standards, and then you let go. You let go of the control, the timeline. When you let go of the idea that your happiness is waiting on some external event, you stop obsessing, refreshing, needing. When you truly believe it's yours, you don't have to chase it. You prepare for it, you embody it, you live like it's already happening, and if it doesn't arrive exactly as you imagined, you still win, because the person you became in the process is the real prize. So, are you manifesting from wholeness or from emptiness? Are you allowing your desires to flow to you, or are you struggling with your fear of not being enough? Because until you let go, until you release the emotional grip, you will keep pushing it away. The universe doesn't respond to desperate energy. It responds to certainty, calm, alignment, trust. And that's exactly why it's not coming. It's all about what energy are you putting out there. Now, letting go isn't easy, as I said in the beginning. It's uncomfortable because it forces you to face something harder than pain. The idea that maybe you built your entire sense of safety on something that was never real. The mind won't stop telling you that what you lost was irreplaceable. You'll never find something that good again. Plus, you feel like you should have moved on already. No one tells you how much it actually takes. That detachment isn't quick. It shows up in layers. Some days you're doing great. Other days, one thought, one picture, one sound pulls you right back. If you've been wondering why you still feel stuck, maybe you're just in one of these stages. Detachments and its stages can be the best way, but they can also show up in layers. All in all, be patient. Let's break them down. First, acknowledgement. Everything still feels raw. You're not detached. You're still deep in it, wanting it, hoping something changes. This is where you actually admit how much you care. You stop pretending it didn't matter, acting like you're fine. You feel the wanting, the loss, the disappointment. It's uncomfortable but necessary because you can't let go of something you haven't even admitted hurt you. Second, self-inquiry. You start asking deeper questions. Not just what you lost, but why it hurt so much. Why were you so attached to that version of success? Why did you feel so empty when that plan didn't work out? You start to see that you weren't just holding on to a thing. You were holding on to the identity it gave you, the story you told yourself about who you were when you had it. This is where the real work starts. You begin separating what happened from what it meant about you. Not by blaming the world, but by observing your own thoughts, noticing the voice in your head and saying, that's not the truth, that's just my fear talking. Third, processing. The sharp pain softens. You're not crying every day, but it still lingers. Something shifts. You start to see the bigger picture. You realize it wasn't all wasted, that maybe this thing that broke you also taught you something. Maybe it showed you what you needed, what to never accept again. Maybe it revealed parts of you that still need healing. You don't have to be grateful yet, but you're starting to understand. You're starting to pick up the pieces, not to fix what broke, but to build something new from what's left. Fourth, creative action. You finally start moving again, but this time differently. Not from panic, not from pain, not from needing to prove you're okay. You move because something inside you says, I'm ready to try again for real this time. You start something new, maybe small, maybe slow, but the energy feels clean. You're not doing it to distract yourself. You're doing it because you have space now, mental space, emotional space, and you're no longer chasing, you're creating. You know it's different because you're not obsessing over the outcome. You're focused on the process, on the doing, on the being. This is the first real taste of peace. Fifth, freedom. It no longer owns you. You still remember it, but it doesn't take your breath away, steal your energy, or make you spiral. You hear the song, see the place, think of the past, and it's just a memory, nothing more. You don't have to reframe it. You don't need closure. You don't need to go back and fix the story because it doesn't define you anymore. It doesn't mean you're cold or forgot. It means your nervous system is calm, your mind is steady, your heart is open but not desperate. You don't crave what broke you, chase what you've outgrown, or carry what you've already put down. You finally feel like you again, but stronger, wiser, lighter. That sounds nice, but then you are probably asking, how do you actually detach? Well, I can help. One of the first things I can give you is to try to cut the supply. You may be going every morning to those sources and that won't really change much. You also shouldn't need to just go to the block button, because what is actually important that you know what to do with your phone, your time, your focus, and your curiosity. I think that after all, these endless questions won't really get you anywhere if you aren't honest. You will have to know why, and you will just have to stop going there for the truth. You might just be trying to direct some attention away. Try going to some survival mode and give your energy like it depended on it, because honestly, your reality is on the line. Remember that you just weren't addicted to the person. It was about the chaos, the drama, the adrenaline, and everything else. No wonder they said those things. So let things settle. It can be sexy, and consistency can come about. Go focus all of it on your growth. You are waiting for the feelings to just walk away. And then you're going to come from the old way that you knew. Then you have to build. Now, detachment isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. It's about choosing yourself until the things that once had a grip on you don't anymore. It can get easier if you remember to let go.